investigations into deaths of his followers continue. Now, none of us would have known about this, but then there was a tip-off from members of the public, which led to police raid at the pastor's property in Malindi. They had found 15 emaciated people, including 4 who later died. The followers said they were starving on the pastor's instruction in order to meet Jesus. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to go into conversation before we're able to bring our journalist in to give us more background into what's happening in the investigations. Let's talk about it from a perspective of belief, religion. There's a saying that, as humans, we always look for something that we want to trust in, to believe in. And that's why people are searching for God in all the wrong places. But I'm most curious as to when you decide that this is the belief system that you hold, whether it be traditional, whether it be Islam, whether it be Christian and whatever, Baha'i, Mormon, whatever. Do you take the holy books, the Quran, the Bible, the Book of Mormon, and read the fine text, the fine print, and try to understand and decipher what it means for yourself? Or do you just blindly follow a person because he says to you that he's from God, he's chosen from God? How do you know what comes from God looks like if you do not know what is said about this God? If you don't read the book that this God supposedly has put his word in. And I'm just saying, and I'm using the word here loosely, God here loosely, because we believe in different gods. Some of us believe in Muhammad, some of us believe in Jesus, some of us who are Jews do not believe that Jesus has come yet. And so there are several belief systems.
So the thing is, that's what I'd like to, this is a perfect time for me to chip in what Joyce Oyinwa would say most times. She would say that whatever you think you know, you have to sit with it for like the longest time so that you can really understand what you know about a certain thing. When it's time for you to be able to defend what you know exactly what it is. So now people read these books, Mary-Ann, and you are asking, do they really to know? Or I think they get this book and then they look for someone to explain to them what they are reading. And that is not even bad at all. It's not bad that you see something and you need somebody who you think has maybe a higher knowledge to explain to you what you're reading. But you also have to have a background. You have to understand it first. You have to at least be sure of something because you have a head on your shoulder. Someone cannot definitely be telling you to put your hand in the fire and you put it because you know the consequences of that. And for the life of me, what is the evidence of the God, using the word loosely, as you said, that you see in that person that makes you believe that if they tell you to do this thing and you do it, it is the ultimate?
Exactly. And for those who read the Bible, the Berean guys were known in the Bible as people who did not just take, the words that they heard at face value. They went back and sought out the scriptures. They were reading and talking about it within themselves because they really needed. They were in search of knowledge. It was not enough for them to follow a prophet.
Sure.
They wanted to be abreast of the information that was in the Bible. And I'm guessing that's why a lot of people go to the school, the Islamic school, because they also want to learn what's in the Quran. But how many people who go to places of worship go there and not just listen to what the man says, but go back to read what the fine print says?
And I think out of 100 is like 2%.
This is why we have so many fake preachers, many fake prophets, many fake alphas, many fake
everybody's on this table as long as you are in some kind of sect.
We have many fake what do they call them, priests, and you can be a priest of whatever. You can be a priest of the Catholic Church, you can be a priest of the water ministry, but the thing is, how many of us really sit down? Because we've seen so many times videos, pictures of people doing the most ridiculous things we've seen. I remember that story back in 2016 where people were eating grass, and I think it was somewhere in East Africa.
The funny thing
That's what their pastor told them to do.
When you see people doing these things from your own standpoint, you can just tell that this is nonsense. Like, how can you, who is doing it, not even know? When people that actually believe in the same thing as you can literally just say, even the people that don't even believe in what you believe can say, this doesn't make any sense.
No, but you know that there's some things that people would term as spiritual that might be illogical. But then there are some extremes that you be like, but why would you starve because you want to see God?
But what you're doing is not spiritual. It's physical. I can see it. It doesn't make any sense.
Why would I want to meet Christ?
I mean,
and starve to death? I mean, where is it in the Bible?
God that we know, he's not alive in person. So if the pastor was actually saying to meet Jesus, it's obvious what he was trying to do. You want to die.
So
he was trying to.
He
was trying to kill them all.
So, yes, and I'm wondering at what point did these people decide that this might just be really stupid?
Hunger.
But there were some of them who were still there saying, well, my pastor ordered. It was the pastor's order. The pastor said we could do it.
To die.
And so Lagos, let's talk. I know this is a very sensitive topic. A lot of people are going to be like, no, you can't be talking about our pastor. Hello. In this same world, this same Africa, this same on the same continent, people were asked to eat grass by their preacher, and they all went out to eat grass. Women were laying on the floor in the church, and a man, so-called of God, was walking on them. In what world does that translate to? Christianity or whatever religion that is.
That's the thing. Is it like?
And where do we drop our brains when we decide that we're going to worship, we're going to become followers of a gospel? Where do we drop our brains? And I'm not in any way trying to insult any religion or our sensibilities, but where do we draw the line between belief and brainwash?
Wait. So again,
because you can believe that somebody is God, or somebody is teaching you about God, or is saying that God said. But at what point do you draw the line between believing in a God and a person that said he is from God and being brainwashed? I'll tell you a story, real life, no names. A certain preacher will tell his church members that they cannot go to any other church. They can, even if they're invited for whatever event, they cannot worship there because this church is the only church of God
that exists. Okay.
Their church members are told that they need to bring this, that, and even if it's the last thing they have, sell it off. Sell your TV, sell your car. Even if it's that money that you were saving to pay your house rent, bring it to the pastor because we need to do this in the pastor's house.
Okay.
At what point do you draw the line between belief, respecting, revering, and honoring the so-called man of God or the priest of the house or the imam or whatever, and of course, where you draw the line between that and brainwash? And then a lot of them have also taken on the tactic of blackmailing you, of gaslighting you in the name of, you're doing it for God.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing it for Allah. For example, I'm sorry to use this. Most of the people who have been radicalized to go into acts of terrorism have looked up to one person who they thought understood the text in the book, in the holy book of the Quran, and radicalized them. But they never took their time to go and read that book to understand what that text is if it was not taken out of context.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing for Christianity.
To me, I think what comes to mind at this point in time is mental convenience. So everything seems right until something ticks in your head.
But for example, for some people, does it ever?
So the thing is,
because there's a blind following also for all religions,
or compelled to go under a 21-day fasting just so you can see Jesus. Who, firstly, I don't even know if you know where
it wasn't 21 days, so it's fasting to death.
Mary-Ann, please take off this fader first. Wait. Okay, somebody actually told you to die to see Jesus. That's what it means.
Yes.
And then you didn't ask yourself, am I ready to die? Or do you have to die right now because it's needed for you?
Maybe also the caveat
he's
would
lonely
have been
and needs more friends, or
when
what?
you are weak, you probably start seeing him, and then they don't know that that's hallucinations because you're hungry, your body needs food, but then you're seeing things.
Yeah, so that's where I say it comes to a point where if somebody's trying to get you to do something, it has to be a kind of mental convenience for you to be able to say, wait, what's going on here? This is actually like, okay, the person is saying that I must bring my money, my hard-earned salary to him every month because that's where, I'm going to see my breakthrough. It's not convenient for me at all. It gets to a point where I begin to question that.
But you see, spirituality is not logical. Sometimes it's not even convenient.
It's only the physical that actually challenges the spiritual. I hope you know that. So that's what I'm saying. That's where your mental convenience comes in. If you're doing everything that he says, but you're seeing, anyway, as you said, sometimes some people are even seeing that and they are saying no. He doesn't.
That's not what Daddy said.
I don't really have to be able to understand. I don't really have to understand what is going on for me to get what the results.
But you see, that's blind following. Anyway, Lagos, we're opening the phone lines. It's going to be a very controversial topic, but then we're opening up the phone lines. Our guest is joining us now. She is a producer and a broadcast journalist with CGTN Africa. She's going to join us live from Nairobi, Kenya, to give us some background to this particular story, because the police is investigating it. More and more dead people are being dug up from the church's land, meaning that there's more to this than ordinary fasting to see Jesus. But would like to hear from you, Lagosians, because it's very easy for us to blindly follow in the name of a God, whatever God it might be, depending on the one that you believe in. But at what point do you draw the line between blind following, believing in a God, and of course being brainwashed? My guest has joined us. She's joining us from Nairobi, Kenya. Hope Kirubi is a producer with CGTN Africa. Hope, it's so good to have you join us. Good morning. I don't know what time it is there. It's almost midday, if not past midday in Kenya, right?
Lunchtime. It's 1 p.m. 17 p.m. in Kenya.
Great. So good to see you. Let's just go straight to it. Give us some background, more information as to, because this is now obviously no longer a crime of religion. It's also more about people being killed and people who've been misled, because I hear more and more bodies are being dug up from the land where that pastor owns in that county.
Yes, we've been following up this story for about 2 weeks here in Kenya. And recently I got the opportunity to write a piece on the story. And as of yesterday, we had 58 dead people.
Wow.
And today morning, I think the death toll has actually increased. It's now at 73. And most of these people are said to have starved themselves to death because they believe that they're going to see Jesus. And they say that this pastor, who has been identified as Pastor Paul Mackenzie, told them to starve themselves to death so that they can go to see Jesus. And then also, after doing my research, it's been, okay, there's some people, some other sources are saying that this guy actually took advantage of the COVID situation in 2020, where parents did not have enough school fees to send their kids to school because of the low economy and the cash crunch. And there's some videos circulating where some of these children who were recruited to this cult are saying that they did not go to school and their parents are not taking them to school because Jesus did not go to school. So I think it's taking advantage of the fact that these people are illiterate. They're illiterate and they do not know they don't have exposure to the world, because some of these people actually travel miles to go to Kilifi counties, like traveling from Nairobi to Dar es Salaam,
Wow.
And then they went there because they wanted to see this pastor. They wanted to go and see Jesus. They were promised a good life, And it's really sad and disheartening that this is actually happening to Kenya, because I didn't expect that our president and first lady are very staunch Christians. So I'm wondering how this is happening. And that they'll watch,
Yeah, I'm curious again, because it doesn't matter the level of holiness or commitment to religion that anybody has. There's always somebody in the fringes who's waiting to take advantage of people through religion. But I'm thinking, was there anyone who was found that was still alive in terms of those who were malnourished? At what point did it strike them that this might just be, something was not right? Was there anybody who could talk, in that to that particular situation?
Okay, we had 2 interviews. One with a person who says his wife disappeared on the 14th of I think it was the 7th of April. And then the other person we spoke to was somebody who was one of the victims who was rescued. And then there's one person who was not on camera that was rescued, but did not want to be rescued because she still believed that Pastor Mackenzie wanted them to go and see Jesus. So apparently when the police found her and they wanted to rescue her and give her food and all that, she was like, no, you guys just leave me alone. I want to go and meet Jesus. So for this other guy who we talked to, he apparently said that he found a ticket from Nairobi to Malindi. Those are totally different towns and provinces. So this ticket was a one-way ticket, and the wife left their home in the morning and did not return with the kids. So he went there, hoping and wishing that he'll find the wife, but and after those raids and rescuing victims there, he did not see his wife. So most likely the wife is dead. So when we spoke to him, he was just lamenting. Well, by the way, the guy is from Nigeria, so his wife was Nigerian. So this guy, most of his followers were actually from Nigeria, others from West Africa, and majority of them were actually from Kenya, you know. So this guy was saying how his wife was actually very you know, she just really believed in Pastor Mackenzie, that Pastor Mackenzie was going to salvage them from their misery and all those things, you know. It was just a really weird experience, you know, talking to this guy. And then the other guy who was one of the victims, he just said that this guy really convinced them, like had them, I don't know if it was brainwashed or hypnotized, because he traveled from his country, I mean, from his town in 2021, and he can't recall what happened throughout this time that he was there. So the only time he remembers is the police coming to rescue him. So he also said that they used to fast for like 6 days, and then he gives them a break of like 1 day, and then they go back to fasting. Wow. And then also another thing to note is this guy apparently used to make these guys sell, these victims of his sell their land, and then he makes them put this land into his name. So he had an 800 piece of land in Shakahola in Malindi County. Wow. And you know, Malindi is one of the most touristic areas. People from all over the world go to Malindi. So it's like he was you know, living off these people.
Yes,
so
yes.
I really don't understand what's happening.
So it seems like a scam of sorts.
I was going to ask her, Hope, I was going to ask how you would describe this case, because it looks like a whole lot of things. Yeah. From fraud to brainwashing, and a lot is on the table. But we have to take a break.
We have to take a break, Hope. Just stay on the line. We will be back in a few minutes to talk more about this. Guys, 20 people at the time of filing that report were found dead. But as we speak now, 70 plus people have been found dead in Malindi in Kenya. And this is as a result of some will say brainwash, some people say blind following. But of course, we know that religion is at the middle of all of this. We'll be right back. It's still What's Up Lagos 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Everybody talks.
Keep you informed 24/7. Do they understand what the Constitution is all about? They're supposed to be the ones that would say, okay, well, you can protest, but don't do this, don't do that.
Protest is part of democracy. Whether it's irritation or not, it's part of democracy. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Are you ambitious to earn above 500,000 naira and willing to take your career to the next level? Do you have a car and ready to start a new career work in an American company? Then this opportunity is for you. An American company in Lekki is recruiting managerial position. All you have to do is send your resume and application letter to jobs.kyavilia@gmail.com. That is jobs.kyavilia, spelled KYAVALIR@gmail.com, or call 0815-705-0505. That is 0815-705-0505, or you can call 0906-282-0052, 0906-282-03. What am I saying? I'm so sorry. 0906 282 0052, 0906 282 0052, or 0906 000 5425, 0906 000 5425 to book for an interview now.
This is What's Up Lagos. It's What's Up Lagos.
Oliver is what you call a man with a huge appetite. Gigantic, actually. And if there's one phrase we have come to know Oliver for, it is this:
more data, please.
No matter what we offer him,
more data, please.
So guess what we did? We heard Glow created new data plans for people like Oliver, and we got him exactly that. And guess what Oliver said?
Excuse me, please, is this all for me? Only me?
Now, Oliver certainly has more than enough data. All thanks to the Glow Mega Data Plans.
With the longer validity you get on Glow Mega Data Plans, you can work from home with ease, run your business better, download non-stop, stream music and movies endlessly, learn online, and share data with anyone. No worries. Get 225 gigabytes at 30,000 naira for 30 days, 425 gigabytes at 50,000 naira for 90 days, and 1 terabyte at 100,000 naira for a year. Dial star 777 hash now to start enjoying these mega plans.
Glow Unlimited.
Whenever you recharge your pay your bills with 5K 200 million. 6700. You feel buy it for yourself, give that to your family and your friends. Oh, yeah, go purchase it open up. 6700. Anytime, any day, any bill you want to pay, just use the code. 6700. This tax will no delay. Drop pass and make it pay. No waste time to use the code. 6700.
Terms and conditions apply.
Your house supposed to fear. Swiss flower air freshener go down.
The smell for ya no dey invite people abi. Make una take Swiss flower air freshener.
For fine smell all the time. Swiss flower air freshener na baba.
E dey for different kind, like tangerine liquid, Tropicana gel, car dangling for your motor, plus body spray for different kind.
For plenty tori, na Stoma Industries Limited they do Swiss flower air freshener for our shopping plaza 17 Allen Avenue Ikeja, Lagos.
We get am for website www.stovagroup.com. We one distributor for everywhere in Nigeria.
Swiss flower air freshener. Better smell for all your life.
My friend, you don't buy new mattress?
Yeah, so they even dash me bag of rice join.
For real?
It is real. Buy any Mocha Flora or Mocha Wellbeing Regina mattress with 2 pillows and get a bag of rice free. Visit any accredited Mocha dealer nationwide to purchase. Offer valid while stocks last. Terms and conditions apply. Mocha, adding comfort to life.
He's an enemy's chosen one, has hunters on the run.
He's a Superboy in Mamba suit, makes magic with his golden boots.
JJ, one and only JJ.
Watch me, JJ, the chosen one, in the all-new Showmax original animation series, now available only on Showmax. Subscribe from 1,200 Naira monthly. Sign up at showmax.com.
Looking to travel but worried about hefty flight fares? Worry no more. With Pay As You Earn from Conga Travels and Tours, you can now secure your flight tickets with a 20% deposit and pay the balance in flexible installments. Take advantage of our early bird fares today and save up to 150%. Visit travel.conga.com now or call 0809 460 5555. Email travel@conga.com. Conga Travels and Tours. See the world in style.
Listen, something is starting. Sounds like we're going to have a party. Listen. This is the sound of the wind blowing off Table Mountain. Listen. The city is bustling with people. Listen. Friends are coming by from the neighborhood. Listen to the beauty of South Africa and come journey with us.
Visit southafrica.net to plan your next holiday. Own the moment, feel the moment, hear the moment, be the moment.
That friend wish up for you, where you go fit rely on. And no matter the weather, he go always stay your side. Opportunity,
Need a customized account with zero bank charges, smooth banking with no stress? Choose the partner that enables limitless possibilities. Free transfer to other banks, free ATM card, and delivery. Download Paralex Bank app now.
Open account with Paralex Bank.
Paralex Bank.
You did do yourself this afternoon. You did do yourself this afternoon. You did do yourself this afternoon. No allow any dulling for your life, oh. Enjoy that your break moment with 5 Alive 4P. Now correct enjoyment will go cool your body, come ginger and join. Make you use the enjoyment where they inside 5 Alive 4P take hold your side. They available for different delicious flavors. 5 Alive 4P, filled with life.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. This is What's Up Lagos. What's Up Lagos? It's What's Up Lagos right here.
All right, 32 minutes gone past the 11 o'clock hour. Still What's Up Lagos, 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're live from it's Mary-Ann Crescent, but we are talking about Kenya. Yes. A terrible story that hit everyone. Apparently, when the story was filed, 21 bodies were found after a Kenyan pastor told members of his church to starve so that they could meet Jesus. I'm imagining Jesus right now in heaven saying, it's not me. I don't know these people. I did not send anybody. I'm imagining it. But on a serious note, my guest is still on the line. Hope Kirubi is a journalist from Nairobi, Kenya, and she's been giving us some background into what's been happening, and she's been following the story. She wrote a piece on it. But Hope, before we went on that break, I was going to ask you a question which is very sensitive, and I'm sure you're going to breeze before you answer it. Why do you think that Africans are so gullible when it comes to religion?
Honestly, I feel at first I thought it was because of the fact that most of us are not yet educated. Back in the rural areas, we have so many people who have not gone to church, to school. Mm-hmm. And most of these pastors tend to take advantage of the guys who have no knowledge of the present world. But also, I came to realize that yesterday when I was having this discussion with my colleagues at CGTN, some politicians are actually members of this church. So I don't think it's a societal thing. I don't think it's something to do with whether you're rich or whether you're poor. I just feel like it's somebody's own will, as your colleague earlier mentioned when we were on break. Yeah, it's somebody's own will. Because you can take a cow to the well, but you can't force it to drink water. Yeah, so it's somebody's own free will. Wow. But in the case of the young children who went there, I think we are to blame their parents, because how would you subject your own children there? Because I even saw a story where the pastor told one of the parents who are members of the church to strangle and to strangle and to suffocate their children, and that's what.
Oh, I saw that video yesterday. I think you and I were. Oh my goodness! We cannot put that video up anywhere because it's distressing. They were trying to break down the door. The husband, I think, was was saying, "Julie" or something. "Don't do it! Stop! Stop!" And she was strangling her child. The child was screaming. She was that a pastor told you to kill your own child. I mean, that's what I'm saying. We go to the extreme in a bid to please a man that you're not even sure off, or if he really is from God. So but I'm gonna have to let you go, Hope, but quickly, where do we see this story going quickly?
The police are still doing further investigations. They're still exhuming more bodies, so we expect to see the death toll rising in the course of the day and in the course of the week. This is the 5th day we're actually still investigating and exhuming bodies. And then as of yesterday, the pastor had refused to take water or or eat. He says he's fasting until he's released from prison. So we don't know whether he'll accept to eat, and definitely he's going to be arraigned in court.
Well, Hope Kirubi is a producer with CGTN Africa in Nairobi, Kenya. Thank you so much for taking out time of your very busy schedule to talk to us this morning. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and Hope hopes to bag a Nigerian prince. So all you Nigerian princes, you can go on our Twitter page and get her handle, and then you can DM her. Thank you so much, Hope, for speaking with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Okay, Lagos, we're opening up the phone lines right now because we want you to be part of the conversation. Why have we become so gullible in terms of religion? Why have we allowed ourselves to be blackmailed? And where do you even draw the line between belief and brainwash? Let's talk. 0700 993 993 993. That's 0700 993 993 993. We'd like for you to join the conversation on WhatsApp 0809 5975805, or on Twitter. We'd like to hear from you. Hello, good morning. What's up, Lagos? Oh, apologies. I see that you are in total shock. Hello, good morning. What's up, Lagos?
Good morning.
Morning. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from? Quickly, you have 60 seconds.
Yeah. My sister, it's always painful when people put all the pastors in one basket. I want you to know there are some people that are God-ordained pastors. There are people that are devil himself ordained pastor to put confusion among those that are God-ordained. They are going about doing all sorts of evil. People will come on radio or television and begin to talk to pastors, churches, do this, do. It's not what God stands church for. God, there's those that God ordained to do His work. Okay. There's people that the atomy and the devil ordained to put confusion. So I want us always separated, please.
Okay. All
Every
right.
time we are talking.
Thank you very much. You got just 60 seconds, so let's move on. Hello, good morning. What's up, Lagos?
Hello, Aneta. Good morning.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Ngozi. I'm calling from Lagos Island.
Ngozi, you got 60 seconds. Go ahead quickly.
Yeah, what I see in this case is a pure case of hypnosis and what do they call it? Yeah, I think these guys are being hypnotized and they're stripping off their wealth or their personal effects.
Yeah.
Then at the end, to cover up the crime, probably the pastor knew that if they are staying longer in the community, the hypnotized stuff may clear in their eyes. So he uses the method of seeing God in order to eliminate them so that to avoid traces. Because I was also reading, it's not a case of people that are unaware, maybe uneducated. If you can see from the story, a lot of these guys are even educated. I read the case of the air hostess that resigned, sold her things and went to the same place.
Yes,
exactly.
Very beautiful.
So you wouldn't tell me that this person is not educated enough to know when somebody is lying.
Yes. Thank you very much for calling. 60 seconds is on the clock because we need to take everybody's call, if not most of the calls, before we wrap things up here. All right. Hello, good morning. What's up, Lagos? Please turn off your radio. Morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
What's up? Cheers to life.
Chinenwa calling.
Chinenwa, go ahead. You have 50 seconds now.
Before I proceed, I want to ask, so these members, are they confined in a particular place before doing the fasting?
Yes, they obviously were on the land where the church is, obviously, in a county
More
called
like a
Malindi.
I think okay, number one is those people, they love Jesus, really. They really love Jesus. That's why they embark on this fasting. But secondly, what about education? Someone has said it's not education. Most of them are educated. So the thing is that the pastor have a lot of questions to answer. Because most of these pastors, they are separated families. You will hear when somebody will tell your mother is a witch, this person is this, this person is this. You see some lot of families scattered because of what pastor said. So we have to be, we have to enlighten ourselves.
And be careful.
For these pastors.
Yes, thank you very much for
I have
calling.
a question. Now, if a pastor tells you, like what she just mentioned now, is that hypnosis in itself? Because what is hypnosis? Because what it actually is a person giving you evidence of facts that he believes and making you believe in it. It's not, I don't really see it as him trying to hypnotize.
So how do you think he got them to
He
sell
just
off
gives you
their
proof.
property?
For example, if he tells you to sell, is it in the Bible? Some people had to sell off their properties. There was a place in the Bible where Jesus told some people you have to sell your property.
Yeah.
That's proof from the holy book. That's all you need to see. But now,
It's just a
it's just a story. If you don't study,
it's not proof.
It's not proof. So if a pastor that you believe in has the power of God in him tells you that this thing you're doing, you're not the first to do it. Jesus commanded someone to do this same thing in the Bible.
I'm not those people.
That's the thing. So there's something called.
So I'm still asking, what do you think he did that made them go to that extent?
I think what he did was he personally has some knowledge that he did not have. Being educated doesn't actually
he capitalized on their ignorance.
That's it.
Wow.
That's it.
All right. Well, someone here says, good morning. Greetings to Feta, Mary-Ann. I hope I spelled your name. I should just bill you. Kingsley from Igbeju. It's 5 million. 5 million now. Okay, this one says, so Mary-Ann, anything you say, I concur. Following you from Port Harcourt to Lagos, I know well. I beg, tell Stretch to stop spoiling Feta. Your show is fantastic. Thank you very much, Kingsley. We appreciate it. This one says, when pastor tell you don't be carnal in serving God, serve God foolishly. Be careful of that part.
He said, well, they truly have gone to meet Jesus, because literally,
it's crazy. But at this point, we can't just have this conversation without putting out that that advisory. Be careful how you believe.
And again, I was going to say something. There's also a question of is it not possible? Is it not good to say that as humans we don't know what is bad in itself when we see it or when we experience it? Because I believe as humans we have the ability to know what is bad and what is good, what is right and what is wrong. So there's a question of that as well.
There's a point at which you totally lose it when people are saying you need help. This is just not right. But Lagos,
question everything. I beg.
We leave it here. We leave it here for now. The next 15 minutes is going to be brought to you courtesy of what?
Nivea, Radiant and Beauty.
So if you are interested in talking about skin and fresh, luscious, or always being feeling moisturized, well, Feta's got you. We'll be right back.
Do you?
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info.